win a lot of clay court matches.
Yeah, right.
Strong going from Roddick.
Roddick here pushed deep behind the baseline, and Baghdatis, as I think will be the case most of the evening, will try and keep closer to the baseline, and with that you get more opportunities to come forward. And
well, you can ill afford an early break if you're Marcos Baghdatis, because Andy Roddick has been serving particularly well this week. I think he serves well just about.
It's the second drop shot, and we're he's made it. What a point. Did so well to stay in the point right here. This is a terrific get. And half volley, open stanced winner down the line. That just takes great racket control, because this is a good approach from Roddick. Brilliant.
Good forcing play from Baghdatis. He gets that break back. Roddick leading 2-1 in the opening set.
Acceptable at times to the drop shot. His forehand, he doesn't seem to crush it these days, but he waits for the right ball, and it's part of what I like about the way he rallies. He doesn't overplay. He never takes too much risk until he knows he can get some benefit or some reward from it going.
Big serve, and I think it's percentage all around. I think that was a big serve, but he has served over 240 k's an hour a few years ago, so I think he's even serving with more percentage now, and every part of his game is a little bit more percentage.
There's some variety.
14.
He's the number 1 seed and number 5 player in the world, Robin Soderling. That match, of course, will be on tomorrow afternoon. We'll be able to see that in all of our coverage.
And as head of men's tennis, that must give you a very warm glow to see a young Aussie getting through.
Well, look, I've had a bit to do with Matt, but you...
In the world, in Australia, great experience.
Guys, I think along with the flair of Baghdatis, comes the downside, you know, the bad games sometimes he plays. I mean, that previous game, he handed Andy.
A minimum. He saw that one coming, Roddick. He was on his way well in advance of the ball being struck. So he's been bitten twice, but not a third time. So he gets there with plenty of options.
He, for him, had no results in that period.
Good move from Baghdatis. And acknowledged by Roddick.
14-13.
Baghdatis knows here by the shape of the Roddick backswing here that he's going to slice it deep, so he decides to come forward, take it in the air.
Advantage, Baghdatis.
To generate speed against it.
Well, you had a wonderful look in this point, almost at ground level, as to the mobility of Roddick. He defended just beautifully, and when he had
Thanks again, Andy Roddick, and comfortably takes the opening set in this quarterfinal by 6 games to 2.
our first point here. Baghdatis coming up with a full stretch pass. Did well to get the racket head out around that boy. So he had to really flick the racket head of the wrist to get. This is the perfect 1-2 play. Big serve, get the wick reply, set up with your favourite shot, and then if you have to, finish it with the overhead.
With his forehand out of that backhand side. Cheers, be good.
Baghdatis is challenging the serve on the right near sideline. Ball was called good.
Well, I was going to say, gee, it'd be good to be able to just be down break point so often and pull out an ace like that.
Returns when they've gone into play, so he's had great success. Difficult to disguise the drop shot off the forehand, and Baghdatis does it better than most. Just the last moment, he changes the grip, initially sets up to drive it, changes the grip at the last moment. You see there, Roddick was looking.
15-13.
Almost looks like Roddick's going to win most of the points. He just looks safer. Looks to me like Baghdatis would prefer if someone really traded blows with him, so that then he can mix up his own speed, use his variety, but here he's having to generate that's the vast majority.
One thing I don't quite get is that he's peppering the forehand, trying to open up. If you're going to open up and take...
Good serve at the body, giving Baghdatis nowhere to go other than just a pushed return. And Roddick very, very secure, always on the over.
Top game for Andy Roddick. Wins him.
And lost 3, and he's getting 36% of first serves into play.
He talk about service games. Last year, 2010, Andy was the #1 on service games, won at 91% of serves throughout.
Alone at Wimbledon.
Getting one of his own back.
30.
Roddick just starting to use the forehand more as a weapon. I like to see that.
Game. Roddick.
Fifth ace for Andy. Well, this is a better service game for Baghdatis. He's been in trouble early, twice in the service games in this set. Broken 3 times in the first set.
And that's the big advantage he's got. The serve at particularly at the end of the sets when it really matters. You know, if you Baghdatis and you have to hold serve, it's a bit.
Great aggressive play. The top player to start to impose here.
This last forehand of Roddick, this one here when he's got lots of time, he has such upper body rotation that he can hold the hit to the last moment until Baghdatis commits.
Andy Roddick just showing too much, reading the play of Baghdatis. He's up on it early. Great deep approach shot through the line, and he has 3 match points.
Game set the match. Roddick wins back to 6-2, 6-3.
But what a solid win for Andy Roddick, the defending champion. He's pretty happy about it too.